Hi there, and welcome to the Living with SMA podcast. We're here to have conversations about living with spinal muscular atrophy. Throughout this podcast, we will be covering lots of different topics, from preparing for university, getting the most from your personal budget, sex and relationships, and lots more. So we invite different hosts from across the SMA community to come together here. We want to answer your questions, provide you with useful tips and recommendations, and also share personal stories. So please do reach out and connect with us here at the charity SMA UK. Thank you for listening, and we hope you find the podcast useful.
In part 1, we will be talking about having a disability and being in the education system. We also discussed how difficult it was for Sam and Alex to find an accessible school close to home. And we also talk about social media and how it has developed over time. Hello everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Living with SMA podcast. Today I am joined by some very special guests, double trouble we should say. Before we jump into talking about what subject we're going to be discussing today, we'll have a little introduction to the team. So if I kick things off, my name is Ross Lannon. I am 29 years old and I'm a lifestyle and disability blogger from Cornwall. I'm going to hand over now to these guys. So Sam, do you want to kick off and introduce yourself?
I'm Sam, I'm 17. I'm currently studying at college in Derby. I'm Alex, I'm also 17. Obviously, me and Sam are twins. We are both studying in college and we're studying media. So we do filmmaking and we make all sorts of silly videos and try and entertain people. Sam is older than me by 2 minutes. He thinks it makes him the boss, but you know, I'm much more bossy. Yeah.
Amazing. So Sam is the older one by minutes then. Okay.
Yeah.
Noted. So Sam's in charge today then.
Yeah, no. Not really. No, I'm in charge. You're in charge, actually. Yeah.
Hey, it could all go wrong from here.
Yeah.
So guys, the main reason we're here today is because we're going to be talking a little bit about disability and education. We're going to be talking through the process and the experiences that we've had growing up with a disability throughout the education system. So just talking about different experiences, good and bad, throughout primary school, secondary school, college, and then sort of moving forward, sort of goals and aims for the future, really. So sort of let's start at the beginning with you guys. I want to know, before we talk about actual school experiences, tell me a little bit about the subjects that you're actually interested in. You mentioned a little bit about media there. Talk me through that.
Yeah, well, we've had an interest in media for quite a while, actually. We've done all sorts of promotional videos for all sorts of charities, and I guess that kind of sparked it for us when we kind of sensed that we had a kind of dynamic that worked on camera. We got interested in, oh, what if we made our own videos? And it was mainly lockdown that started it for us. We made our own YouTube channel and we just started making videos. And that's when we kind of went, yeah, that's what we want to do. And since then, we've started at college doing a course that's relevant to that. And we're hoping to move it forward in the future.
Brilliant. And since sort of starting your college course with this media passion in mind, have you noticed that like your abilities and sort of passion for this has got better? Have the videos got better? That's what I'm trying to say.
Definitely. I think we were watching a few of them the other day, just looking back, and we were just cringing. Yeah. There was a lot of cringing. They're a lot less worse than they used to be, we'll say that. Yeah, they're not as bad as they used to be. Yeah, they were horrible quality. We didn't have the right equipment then. We filmed it on our phones. Who thinks that's a good idea? We don't have phones that have very good quality. So, um, yeah, at first they were pretty bad, but then they've definitely improved in quality and
The content.
the content.
Yeah, I think I been following you guys online for a little while now. I saw
Mm.
your recent who stole the biscuits.
Yeah.
That was a great one. Um, so media, obviously, media has changed so much over the years. You know, we've seen this rise in like um, TikTok and Instagram and videos. It's all about video content these days, isn't it? Um, how has your how has your video sort of progressed with the time? Are you focusing mainly on videos now more so than other forms of media?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like you said, TikTok and all sorts of social media are very popular. And I know I was complaining about it before, but people record these things on their phones. But it's very easy to do it. Anyone can do it, like you said. Um, we we like to focus on YouTube videos more than TikToks, I'd say. Yeah, we do the occasional TikTok. Just like we get a random idea, and we think, hey, let's go outside and film that quickly. Yeah. Post it. I'm not sure though. I'd say YouTube we have edging more towards that because it's a lot more about the filmmaking aspect rather than TikTok, which you just get a sound, you put a video over it, and it's like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
With YouTube videos, there's a longer structure. You have to think about like each camera shot and what's in it, what's not in it, and what that like conveys. Yeah, so we edge more towards YouTube.
And do you? I know it seems a lot of disabled people um, have a passion for media these days, which is fantastic. A lot of that comes down to increased representation within the media, sort of not just in front of the camera, but people who maybe want to work within media behind the scenes as well. Do you think that has anything to do with, you know, media being a bit of a creative escapism? Do you guys enjoy that side of it? Having a disability, sometimes you need this creative output in other forms.
Yeah, I think like with like filmmaking, we've come to learn that like everything like it's a way of conveying your own experiences, your own thoughts or ideas in a way that other people can perceive it. So I guess that's what we do. Most of the time, we just take the Mickey out of ourselves.
Yeah, and I guess we wouldn't really call it escapism. Tell me if I go off on a tangent here, but I think our outlook is very much about accepting, we're in wheelchairs, but we're not gonna let it stop us. We don't feel the need to escape because we are okay with our circumstances. However, we do use our circumstances to, in comedy, like Sam said, we take the Mickey out of ourselves, and we find it funny. We hope other people do. Um, but I won't. I guess, like I said, I wouldn't call it escapism, but it's definitely apparent in our social media and our YouTube channel.
Yeah, I think there's no doubting for anyone who comes across your pages, you know, that humor is there. It definitely is, which is great to watch. So I want to link this back to where it all began. Obviously, we all had to start somewhere with learning these skills. Um, let's talk primary school. So um, for those sort of watching today who I know there's different um, education systems around the world. So within the UK, primary school, you sort of join primary school at the age of 5, usually, and you're there from sort of age 5 to around about 11. Do you guys have positive memories from your primary school experience?
I think like yeah, we really enjoyed primary school.
That was the peak of our school experience. We had quite a few friends at primary school. Everything was accessible to us.
And I don't think we ever really like considered, oh no, what if they don't like me because I'm in a wheelchair? People always used to ask us questions about it, but we never really like had any like self-awareness or concern about the fact that we were in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
So it was nice to have that innocence.
Yeah, I guess when you're younger, it's very easy to talk to people and ask questions. So I guess that kind of influenced why we fit in quite well in primary school. And yeah, we had quite a lot of friends. We played the same games as them. We didn't feel like we couldn't be involved. Primary school was accessible to us.
Brilliant. And I think that almost just proves, doesn't it, that where there's so much sort of discrimination and negative attitudes towards people with disabilities in society, it kind of proves that, you said you had such a positive primary school experience. I did as well. These issues weren't coming from the kids within the school, were they? Because these are things that we all later discover in life, that it's often the other people in society, the parents, that are teaching almost negative attitudes. Because, like you said, you had lots of friends in school and you had it wasn't an issue.
Yeah, I guess as much as accessibility is about, ramps and doorways, it's also, it starts with people. It starts with whether people can change things, whether it's literally accessing things or whether it's just accepting people who have disabilities for being people.
Yeah, no, absolutely agree. I think primary school, that's the last thing on people's mind, isn't it? You make friends in the playground, you're just Sam, you're just Alex, and that's it. And that's the lovely, almost innocence of children. In terms of the primary school access and things like that, how was your experience? This is probably more of a question for your family, but finding an actual school that was accessible near your home, was that ever an issue? Or
I mean, I think we struggled for a bit, and I remember our mum saying that she sat in the headmistress's office and cried because she was so worried about not finding a school for us, and that we were going to end up in a school where the education wasn't prioritized. She was worried that we were going to end up prioritizing accessibility over education, which would mean we'd be able to get into school, but we wouldn't be able to learn. Yeah, we wouldn't take those lessons from it. But when we found the school that we went to, we managed to sort everything out. It wasn't local to us, but it was close enough that we could apply for transport, and it was an easy route. We could get there within 10 minutes by car, and I mean, once we found the school, it was easy from there. It was just that initial process of finding the school.
Yeah, and it's a big change for everyone, isn't it? Not just for ourselves, finding a school that we feel comfortable, but for the parents, like you said, for you to say your mum was sort of sat in the office upset there is heartbreaking, really. But obviously she would have been so involved in the day-to-day life of you guys. It's almost like, you're fleeing the nest. It's a little bit of respite for her as well, whilst you guys are off school. So that's really nice.
You've been listening to the Living with SMA podcast. We hope you can join us again next time, but in the meantime, please don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. You can find out more on our website at smauk.org.uk.